Hi, this is Jonathan Rosenhead, Jerusalem psychotherapist. In this week's Torah and Psychology post, Pashas Acherei and the War in Israel, I'd like to highlight and discuss the importance of boundaries. Boundaries is something that is discussed in family therapy, in particular in the theory suggested by Murray Bowen, and he discusses the concepts of differentiation and enmeshment, and the idea of there needing to be a healthy boundaries within a family unit. That sometimes what can happen is that family members can, in a sense, take on the emotions of another family member. There is a lack of differentiation between the internal world and the emotions of one family member and another, which creates a situation of enmeshment, which is an unhealthy relationship, which can lead to conflict. It can lead to a codependency, and it creates a tension and conflict and also dysfunction within the family unit. So what Bowen wanted to do through his theory is to help family members to identify the emotions that are occurring within the family unit, and to be able to actually really understand and notice when the emotions that the person is taking on is actually the emotions of somebody else in the family unit. And through this differentiation, it creates healthy boundaries within the family unit. And what we see from this week's parasha is actually a theme of boundaries, of the importance of having healthy boundaries, of knowing how to express a relationship in a healthy, functional way. So we see that we discussed the avodah of Yom Kippur, and we are told that this is the one time of the year when one person, being the Kohen Gadol, is allowed to enter in the Kodesh HaKadoshim. And this is the most, you could say, intimate, close place that you can have a relationship with the Kodesh Baruch Hu. Of course, we can have a relationship and a connection with the Kodesh Baruch Hu at all times. There's always a relationship, but there's a certain time and a place for an intimate, close relationship, which is set, which is defined in terms of who, in terms of when, in terms of how. And this is the quality that we can take out in terms of the avodah of Yom Kippur, and the role of the Kohen Gadol in being able to enter into the Kodesh Kadoshim. This is the sense of a message of healthy relationships, and of knowing how and when to connect, and how and when you can express a close, intimate relationship in a healthy way, which is a relationship defined by differentiation rather than enmeshment. And this is the message that we can see. Furthermore, if we look at the idea of korbanos, that we are able to bring korbanos, this is an expression of relationship with the Kodesh Baruch Hu. This is something that Hashem has given the Jewish people as a means of being able to connect and be able to create sort of an active relationship, a relevance to the relationship of a Kodesh Baruch Hu with the Bnei Yisrael in the day-to-day living of man on this world. This is how we express a connection through the korbanos. Well, at least it's one way. But it's something that can only be done in the Beis HaMikdash. There are certain conditions that are set down in terms of how to express this relationship through korbanos. So again, we are being inculcated with this message of an understanding of how to create clear, healthy boundaries within interpersonal relationships. There is this ability, and obviously we want to have a connection with the Kodesh Baruch Hu at all times, but we are told and we understand how to express it, when to express it. But again, there is a time and a place and a means to be able to create and really be able to experience a relationship in a healthy way with clear boundaries. And finally, at the end of the parasha, we are told about the intimate relationships, or forbidden intimate relationships that people can have, that people are not allowed to have. And it's taking a concept of intimacy, a concept of closeness, a permissible relationship, a relationship which is something which is defined by love, by a connection, by a real sense of having a unique relationship with someone. And we are being taught that we need to make sure that there are clear boundaries, that we do not breach these boundaries in the sense of forbidden intimate relationships. And this is the message it's being stressed at the end of this week's Pasha. The idea of what is a relationship which is defined by differentiation, interpersonal relationships, that there is a closeness, there is a connection, there is a love, there is an appreciation, there is a healthy functioning relationship that is not a relationship defined by enmeshment. And this is an important message for us at this time, especially what's going on in the world, that it's highlighting the importance of unity and achdus within the Jewish people, and we want to try to strengthen this. We want to try to connect and really engage with this unity and achdus that we're experiencing, and try to strengthen it as much as possible. That we're able to use these tools and this message of setting and defining clear, healthy boundaries, not because we want to create a separation between our fellow Jew. We have obviously the pasuk of Acherei. We don't want to create a distance, but at the same time, we don't want to create a fusion and an enmeshment. And if we're able to appreciate and implement these healthy boundaries in interpersonal relationships, it will only strengthen and create a greater, longer-lasting achdus in Bnei Yisrael. Have a great Shabbos and keep well.